Hello everyone, Lion Blade here, and today we are going to be playing Phoenix, Wright, Ace, Attorney. Yes. Damn it! Why me? I can't get enough. I can't get caught like this. I've got to find someone to pin. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Oh, Chief. I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life is everything! It's all over! Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death! Despair! Oh! I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Jim, the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. Wait, what's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. I can't live a world without her. I can't. Took her away from me. Who took her away from me? Nick, who did this? Nick. Yeah, gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible is for your girlfriend's death. The newspaper says it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy that they arrested was the unluckily safe dating her. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying: when something smells, it's usually the buzz. In the 23rd years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has a terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he'll a good guy. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Court, Courtroom NO2. Order! Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Buzz. The publication is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready for Your Honor.
Mr. Wright? This is your first trial, isn't it not?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous.
Your conduct during this trial will dictate the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nervousness.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to assure your readiness.
Yes, Your Honor. Hand shaking, eyes right, fading.
The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them correctly and constantly. Please state the name of the defendant in the case.
The defendant. Well, that's Larry Buzz, Your Honor.
Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me what the victim's name.
I know this one, but glad I read the case report cover so many times. No way, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix! Are you absolutely sure you're up for this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Oh, of course, I know that victim's name. I just forgot temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court case records. Let's take a look.
Just press the tab button to check the time. Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim's name in the case?
Let's check it again. Cindy.
Cindy Sturt. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct? Now, tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was
hit by a
He was hit by. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all of my questions. I see no reason why you shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure.
Well then. First, a question for the permutation. Mr. Payne?
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was the statue of the thinker. It was found laying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. I see. The court accepts it into the evidence.
Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added to the trial. That evidence is only essentially you have in court.
Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Buzz, to the stand. Chief, what do we do now? What do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything untrustworthy, unfortunate. Larry, get excited. This could be bad. Mr. Buzz, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together, and we were We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't talking on the phone calls. Taking the phone calls or seeing me ever. What is to you? What is it to you anyway?
Mr. Buzz,
what are your described is guilty? Mr. Buzz, what is you described is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from the overseas with one of them the day before the murder. Wait a mean one of them? Lies, all of it, lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder.
Dude, no way. The victim was a model but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes. Older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude. We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Buzz, What do you think of her now? Right? I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all of the wrong directions. Should I? Might be better not to get involved in this one. Will Mr. Buzz? Dude, no way! That cheating sheepdog! I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, I'm going to get in the bottom of this.
Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite.
Oh boy, this is not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Hey, well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't. He went. What do I do? I know, I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there, I went.
Order! Well, Mr. Buzz.
Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, like I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Buzz is lying.
Well, that simplest matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body just before making the discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor. This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's buildings. Please, bring Mr. Frank to the stand. You sell newspapers subscriptions, is that correct?
Oh, yes. Newspapers, yes.
Mr. Swank, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
I was going door to door selling news subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing from the apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it straight, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her laying there, a woman not moving, dead. I quilled in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to the nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that.
Why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Alright, aren't phones supposed to work during the blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Swing used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your personal.
No, Mr. Wright.
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
You may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination. Your Honor? Alright, Wright. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you are supposed to lie. Please, the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is... Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove it? He's not. You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bounds to be condition in there. First, find between the court records and the witness testimony. Then, once you found it, present it rubbed in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court records.
You thought you called the police? Does that mean you didn't
actually call them? Please listen to the rest of the testimony. You thought to call the police. What happened next? However, the phone in the apartment wasn't working. The phone in her apartment wasn't working. Yes, I mean no, it wasn't right. But you said you didn't go into the apartment, or did you? Oh, that. I can't explain that. There was a cordless phone on the shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using that to call. And that phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next? Why use a public phone? Well, you see, I don't have a cell phone. And being the middle of the afternoon, there was no answer at the nearby apartments. Right. What time did you call again? I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m.
You found the body at 1 p.m. You were sure?
Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. I find that hard to believe. Your testament directly consents the autoplay report. Note the time of death at some time after 4 p.m. There was nobody to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3 hours gap? Oh, that. This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Smith, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
That's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out the contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now.
Would you care to give your testimony again?
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of the tape program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misconvenience.
I see. You heard a voice saying the time on the tape program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examination the witness.
Right? You know what to do. I've gotten this.
You said you heard, not saw?
Yes, heard. All I saw was the body laying there. I didn't think to look at anything else, least of all my watch.
Isn't that a little strange?
So you're saying you heard something? But if you were so shocked by the body, you wouldn't have heard anything at all. The witness did say he actually heard the time. He wouldn't hear anything.
I have to agree with the prosecution.
Witness, continue your testimony. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery, and this record proves it. You couldn't have heard television or a video.
The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Shaw?
No, I found it quite puzzling myself. Wait, I remember now.
The court would prefer to hear a current testimony from the very beginning. These corrections are harming your creativity. And you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well.
Let's hear your testimony once more, please. You saw a clock. You saw a clock. That would explain it. The defense may cross-examination the witness.
Gladly.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? A table clock? Was there a clock at the scene? This is the first I've heard of it.
Yeah, the murder weapon, the killer used it to hit the victim.
Wait, just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was the statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? What? Your options and your advance. Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question.
Hey, I saw it there. Okay, that's a clock. Your Honor, if I may.
Yes.
As the witness stated, this is a statue. This statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I suspected it is a statue. My apologies.
I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now?
Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hands. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly
indeed.
The witness knew it was a clock because You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh, yeah. Prove it. Prove I went in there.
I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of her blow triggered the clock voice.
That was the sound you heard.
Order in the court. Please continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
The sound must have left
quite an impression on you. Understandable since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That the voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless construct. Baseless? You just took the witness's face.
Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That's the day, that day, I never.
Look, the clock, I heard no.
Ugh. I hate you. It was him. I tell you, it was him. I saw him. He killed her and he should have burned her. Burn. Give him the death.
Order in the court, I say.
Your Honor. Moment please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defendant's claim.
Mr. Wright?
Your Honor.
You claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence?
Your Honor. The sound Mr. heard was definitely the clock. A fact which is clear if you simply let's sound the clock now, here in the court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very clearly. Beep. I think it's 8:25.
That certainly is a strange way to announce the time.
Well, he is the thinker, after all.
So, we've heard the clock. What are your considerations, Mr. Wright? Can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25. Ah.
As you can see, the clock is exactly 3 hours slow.
Briefly, the discrepancy between what Mr. Saw
heard and the actual time of death.
So, Mr. Saw, try to talk to your way out of this. You've got one thing. What's she talking about? Well, it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow. It proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove it that, you don't have a case.
He's right. How am I going to prove that?
Damn it, I was so close.
Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the competent evidence to support your claim.
Yes, Your Honor.
This means I can't let you enter as the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination, Mr. Frank.
I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slim. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do. Not so fast.
I mean, Chief. Listen up, Wright.
I don't throw this all away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking outside the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you have your proof. Right? Right, Mr. Wright? Can you think of a reason as why the clock was 3 hours slow? Yes. Wait, maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that proves it, right? Find it and let them have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder? Have you found any evidence to support the claim?
Of course. There is police evidence in the court records that prove my claim behind the doubt.
Ah, the words, let's see you pull this one out. Let's see this evidence that proves it. The victim had just returned home from aboard the day before the murder.
As we all know, the time difference between her here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't there 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you. Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Nah.
Oh, order, I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Your witness?
He was arrested and has been taken away from Your Honor.
Very well. Miss Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor. You're welcome.
At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Buzz, not guilty. And with that, this court is adjourned.
It turns out that Frank was a common burglar. He poses as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, he grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby. I still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a masterful note. I've never seen a chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead. And gone soon. Good. Wait. No. I mean, bad. Larry. You're incurrent. The case is closed. But my Cindy. Gone, man. Gone forever. She was a... never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can precisely see the headlines now. Harry Buzz, Incarnate. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's come celebrate dinner. Moving my treat. Oh, no. I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present for me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Except... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for you. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it in as a minimum. Nick, can you believe it? I was so into that chick, and she was just playing me as a fool. Don't think that makes you want to just cry, Larry. Are you so sure? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? Here you go, Larry. Proof. It's okay, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll forget about her soon enough. Look, I'm gonna head home. Thank you. Right? I hope you see importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People too. We never really know how clients are guilty or incorrect. All we do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here are done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner on me? Well, drink to toast. Yeah! Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him? Yeah, part at least. You have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over the drinks. And so my first trial became to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends, but I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us unless you count the clock he gave Mia." I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident, and my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. Well, that's the first case of attorney. We'll see you all next time.